Sarah, pitch me a bad musical.
Well, I really like musicals. Surprise. And I went to see one recently that was so good that during the big musical numbers I nearly cried. It was so good. Anyway, and they still sell Maltesers in boxes in the West End. That's ace. Anyway, it's important. My idea for a musical is a more realistic version of Billy Elliot. Because my dad worked down the pit, I'm such a cliché, and we went through the miners' strike and it wasn't anything like that. Oh no, we'll have to burn my piano. You wouldn't have had a piano. And it's called Bleeding Heels, and that's based around the story of me waking up age 9 with heels that had exploded because my shoes were too tight, but I didn't have the heart to tell my mum and dad because they couldn't afford any new ones. Thanks. And I did get to wear wellies all summer, though. That was ace. I didn't have any friends, so it didn't matter. And Bleeding Heels will be to the tune of Bleeding Love by Leona Lewis. That's a brilliant song.
They keep bleeding.
Keep bleeding.
My bleeding heels.
Bleeding heels. It sounds like swearing, but it's not. And, yeah, when you've lived through something like that, and because I haven't seen the musical, because I wouldn't, Priscilla's ace, though, shut up. And but I did see the film, and they had neon lights in the back lane saying Merry Christmas, and we barely had lights on in the house. And I'm not like, oh, you know, get the violins out, but you know, you've got to make it realistic.
You can't. Do you watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and go, but you can't fly in a car? I didn't know at point that it's not realistic.
Well, I've got my dad's brain, like, in a jar. No. My dad's an engineer, was an engineer, and whenever we watched
He was a miner a minute ago.
He wasn't a miner. I said he worked down the pit. He was a shift charge engineer, I'll have you know. And,
you make it sound so glamorous.
Better than being a miner, shut your face.
What's wrong with being a miner?
It's not as good, and it's not as skilled. My dad, whenever we watch, like...
This is a classic northern argument. This is so good. My dad's a miner. Well, my dad's an engineer in a mine. My Auntie Jean was a pit pony. Beat that.
She just looked like one, love.
Audience, I'm not offended by my fictional Aunt Jean. She doesn't exist, and she's never met her.
Ian, give me an idea for it.
So I think I want people to come to this musical, so it's important that it's big. I'm pitching you, Charlie, Simon Cowell, the musical. The story is written by someone like Ben Elton, who seems like they'll do anything for money. The first half mainly focuses on his early musical career, so you get songs by Sunita, Sonia, Robson Jerome, the Power Rangers, and the WWF. Oh, yeah. So it keeps going, yeah. It's worldwide, yeah. It keeps going, though, because at the end of that, it closes off with Steve Brookstein. So you think, oh, the X Factor's coming up. And then you think, so, well, maybe I'll go back for the second half because it's going to get better. It's going to be the X Factor. But what it actually is it's the same dead-eyed, cynical, bland pop music as a cash dispenser, but this time it's sung by actors who are slightly more urban or gay. Basically, it's pop music as a cash dispenser, a way to make money.
Is Simon Cowell singing in
Yeah, he's singing. It's basically the story of a man's difficulty to achieve a flat top with the centre parting, how high is too high on a man's trousers, and also the idea of perfecting the righteous turn around and shrug to an audience. They're the struggles that are going on in this. I think that people would like it, people would go to see it. It wouldn't be about Bleeding Heels, I'll give you that. I did actually come up with it myself. So whoever you want to win, you choose, but I'm just saying,
I don't think that's the worst musical, because I think I'd go and see that.
I would get you there, and then you'd be hooked, and you'd think, oh, Sunita, Sonia, X Factor.
Those are not three things that are going to hook me into anything.
I've seen Sonia live.
Really?
Such a winner.
Does he... I mean, can you alter the story? Can he take his own life at the end?
Is he sexy in the musical? Because he's quite sexy normally. No.
You said that quite quietly, so was
it?
Is he?
Yeah. I want to go on because I want a little cuddle off Dermot, and then I want to be quite good, so Simon Cowell gives us that little wink that he does.
I think you are literally the only person watching the X Factor thinking, God, this is
I'm
fit,
really
isn't it?
not.
Fit, folks. This is fit. Oh, this on a Saturday night.
What you could do though with Simon Cowell is you could slip your hand down his belt buckle like that and tickle his nipples.
When you put it like that, that's powerfully erotic. OK, to summarise, we've got... Lee, basically, you've just tried to sell me We Will Rock You. Sarah, you're saying a more realistic Billy Elliot, because you're still bitter about the miners' strike.
Yeah.
You say that as if it's a small thing as well. Like, miners' strike you lived through and you couldn't afford lighting.
Like that Armenian massacre people go on about. Yeah. Real-life Billy Elliot, you're saying. And Ian, you're saying Simon Cowell, the musical.
Well, give it a bit more than that and it'll sound better.
Well, you know what I'm going to go for? I'm going to go for the real-life Billy Elliot, I think, because I think realism is important. Well done, Sarah. You got a point. This round is called This Putrid Modern Hell. It's a sort of hate rally against the 21st century's biggest little annoyances. I'll be asking each of my guests to nominate the thing they hate most about today. My favourite answer wins a point. Modern communications have been revolutionised by things like Twitter, which puts you on intimate terms with the stars. Fern Cotton. I now know so much about Fern Cotton, it's almost like she's a personal friend of mine I can't stand. Technology is amazing. My brand new mobile phone can take high-definition 5 million megapixel photographs of my trouser pocket and email them to the first 5 people in my address book without me even pressing a button or wanting it to. Ian Morris, what annoys you most about the modern world?
What annoys me most is the drive to give inanimate objects or products personality. So I sort of blame something like...
Are you talking about me?
Talking about you. Talking about your drive. No, I think things like you might buy a smoothie and it might say on the side, "Hi, I contain 9 crushed strawberries, a mashed banana, half a pressed apple, half a squeezed orange, 0 snooker cues, and a little bit of sugar." Yes, why are you talking to me in the first person? I don't understand. And I found the other day, genuinely said to me, "Please keep me cool." You think, keep you cool? I'm planning to drink you in 30 seconds. Why are we having a relationship? And it becomes so familiar that you think, I'm not this familiar with my friends. My friends don't talk to me like this. Why are you getting all chatty? And I think what happens, I think Innocent Smoothies started it. Their sort of smoothies had all these stuff on the side. But then, this is genuine, my washing powder is inviting me to go online and talk about the environment and what it does and stuff like that. You think, when would I do that? When am I going to go online and talk about my washing powder with my washing powder? When I've completed the whole rest of the internet? Is that the moment I think maybe I should do this? And I was thinking about it, and I thought maybe it's a middle-class thing. The middle classes, if I'm not, of course, squarely part of that, like to be reassured that our products are nice. So you don't buy a can of, like, super-strength lager. It doesn't say, "I will fight you" on the side. That's nice. It's like my super-strength lager asking if I could spare me some change. Please don't urinate me and throw me at schoolgirls. It's my last piece of this. It's like, what annoys me is that I worry that it can't be good for schizophrenics, because in the old days it was just it was just the dog or the lamp that you had to worry about talking to you, asking you to murder people. Now, everything you look at, the washing powder, the high-strength lager.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I find it very strange that they try and build a rapport with you when all you're trying to do... I mean, yeah, and you're going to rip their head off and pour their innards into a cup and then drink them. That's no basis for any sort of relationship.
But how bored do you have to be reading the side of a smoothie?
Well, that's very harsh. Also, I think you'll find, Sarah, it's lonely, not bored.